There we go. Hi guys, and welcome back. Finally back to my regular stream slots. So quite happy to be back. Sorry about that. There was a slight issue with starting the stream. So yeah, I think everything should be up and running now. So let's get into it. Before we start, let's just give a quick shout out to my sponsor, as always, Fantasy Football Factory. The website is there, www.fantasyfootballfactory.co.uk. They ship to all over the world, I think. Use code FFF 10% FPLTIPZ to get 10% off and a free pen on every order. So yeah, always remember to go and follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram as well. Now I'm over there on Instagram as well. So yeah, make sure you check me out on that one. So let's get into it. Start firing your questions away. Let's say hello. Who have we got here? Ryan, welcome. Jim as well, welcome. Clement, Ahmed, nice to see you all back. So yeah, start firing your questions in, and we will get to it. So as you can see, my team this game week I scored 70 again. I scored 70 last week, 70 again this week. So I'm very pleased. Slightly disappointed last night with Sterling captain. They had 23 shots or something ridiculous, and they managed to score. 3 goals, but the third one was deflected. I don't know if you saw the game; wasn't really a shot anyway. And Sterling only managed to get 1 assist. He could have had a lot more points. He looked a bit stressed on the ball, like felt he needed to score last night. So I wasn't particularly impressed with him. And Sane got the 2 bonus points, so should have captained him. But I can't really complain with a score of 70. But yeah, we've got 4 topics to discuss today. But first of all, how are you all? It's been a while since I've been back. It's been a while since I've streamed, so it's been a while since I've streamed. So I've been quite busy over Christmas, but I'm back to university now, my first week. So I will be doing my usual Tuesday 7:30 streams, and and I'll be making sure every week that I'm back here. There is one deadline which is slightly not a Tuesday. I think it's there's a midweek game, so I will make sure to move my stream around related to that, but I'll do my best. Normally it'll be Tuesday 7:30 as normal. So Trent, hold or sell. I'm in early transfer of Dean for Alonso. What to do with Trent? Replacement for Trent. Yeah. Do we trust Spurs anymore? With no Lucas Moura, no Kane, no Son, no Dembele, no Dyer, and no Sissoko. Let's just start with. Let's start with. We'll go with Spurs to start with. So personally, you need a Liverpool defender. Even without Trent, they're going to be good defensively. I'm personally going to be going. I've got money in the bank to do Robertson, so I will be doing Trent to Robertson. Now Lovren is likely to be out for 1 more week, and then he's back. Gomez won't be back for a while, and Trent will be out for 2 weeks, 3 weeks as well. So I really think you need to try and find the money to get Virgil van Dijk or Robertson into your teams. That's if you're going Liverpool. If you've already got a Liverpool defender, then Ding, Shaw, Doherty, one of those 3 I would be getting in. Is Matip worth considering? I really don't think so. I think you might get 1 or 2 games, but it's not worth using a transfer to bring him in. Do we trust? So we're doing Liverpool first, even. Looking at Liverpool, yeah. So in their defence, Alisson, Virgil van Dijk, and Robertson are the 3 options, and I think you need one of them at the moment. The injuries to the other centre back spot and the right back spot, we don't really know who's going to play and who's fit enough to play and who's not. So I really would be looking at making sure you've got one of them. Again, if not, Din, Shaw, or Doherty into your teams. So yeah. John Stones, is he an option? He is an option, and City, if they kept their first clean sheet before tonight, they had gone the longest out of any of the Premier League teams without keeping a clean sheet. So how Hi Scott, I haven't got to Kane yet. So I think Stones is a good option, and I think he will continue to play. But I think there are better options. I'm not really sure how solid City are at the back at the moment, and yeah, if Wolves have kept 11 players on the pitch, we might have seen a completely different story from them. So I would look elsewhere. I'd always look to wing backs in my team. I mean, I have all wing backs apart from Fernandez, but he never plays at the moment, so it's a bit of a pain. Wing backs, full backs always score more points, always seem to complete more crosses and everything, so they tend to get more bonus points as well. As a general rule of thumb, I tend to look away from centre backs now. So yeah, just wait for Mendy. He's not going to be that long. He'll probably be at the beginning of February, 2 game weeks, maybe 3 game weeks, and then he'll be back. That's one to look out for Sane owners, that Mendy is coming back, and that will push Sane's minutes, but not entirely sure what I'm going to do with him because I'll get to my transfer plans in a bit. But yeah, that was my score this week, a score of 70. So yeah, happy with it all. Happy. I mean, Wan-Bissaka again, 4 points for conceding twice, I think it was. It's just unbelievable. I mean, how he's done that, I don't know. Sterling, yeah, fine. Pogba, Rashford, I mean, good to own. Fabianski, an unbelievable 9-pointer. So yeah. Anyway, my team for next week. There we go. Currently sitting with 2 players out for a month. I have both Trent and Kane in my team. Luckily, I have 2.9 in the bank and 2 free transfers, so getting them out isn't such a problem for me. And I'll be using two free transfers this week, plus probably taking a hit as well. But we'll get onto the Cain replacements now, and then I'll talk about my replacements for the pair of them. So Cain replacements. If you're looking for a premium option, the likes of Aguero, Aubameyang, I mean Firmino, anyone up there can produce value for you. Aguero was rested for that game. It's because he was ill during the week, so didn't quite know if he was fit enough, and then turns out he's not. Jesus playing well though, which would warm me off Aguero a little bit. Aubameyang is probably the one people are going to go for, and I can see why. He got 2 tough games out of their next 3, including that Chelsea away, and I think they've got City as well, don't they? No, they don't. They've got Chelsea away, and let me have a look. Arsenal, Chelsea away, and City away. Yeah, so it's a tough one to bring him in with those 2 games. I mean, in the middle of the 2, they've got Cardiff at home, but you're bringing in him for 2 out of the next 3 to be against Chelsea at home, City away. It's not great at all. Firmino is another one that I would really consider. I think if I was looking to bring a premium in, I'd either go for Aubameyang or him, or Firmino. So it's a tough one between them. I think a lot of people are going cheap and upgrading someone else, and that's the way I'm going to be going. Now, quite who? There are a few options. I mean, Rashford, if you don't have him, is looking very essential right now, and it looks nailed on in that Man U team. Jimenez is another option. He came off, but that was a tactical decision. So he again is another great option. I mean, those are probably the main 2 that people are looking at. The Chelsea striker, Higuain, when he comes in, seems pretty much done deal now. So when he comes in, he will be costing, I reckon, around the 10 million mark. So yeah, the only other option, and I want to discuss with you guys, and don't call me crazy for discussing it, is Llorente. Right, so Spurs have the next 5 games. He's out until early March, they say. Spurs' next 5 games are Fulham away, Watford at home, Newcastle at home, Leicester at home, Burnley away. And that takes you up to the 23rd of February. When we know Kane is pretty much not going to be back. There's no chance he's coming back for that. The next 2 games after that are Chelsea away and Arsenal at home. And then you can sell him for those games and not worry about having him. When should I sell him and when should I have him for when Kane is coming back? So that would, I mean, it does work really well. You could have him for 5 games, sell him for the 2 difficult games, and Kane will be returning at the end of those 2 difficult games or somewhere in them. I mean, I don't think I quite have it in me to go Llorente, but I don't see who else they're going to play. I really don't. Surely he's going to get minutes. He has to. I'm not entirely sure. We've seen how he can score goals in the past. There was that one season everyone had him in his team when he was playing for Swansea. So we know he can score goals, but he hasn't been proven at Spurs, and it's a different team, isn't it? So what would you guys... Let me know what you think about Llorente. So now on to my transfers. I am looking, so I've got 2 free transfers and 2.9 in the bank. I'm looking at doing Trent to Robertson, Kane to Jimenez, and then Felipe Anderson to Salah, because I feel like Salah is needed at the moment. I'm doing well, my rank's going up, but if Kane's not here, the way it's looking is Kane or Salah seem to be, one of them actually seems to be doing well enough. We've got enough value elsewhere that we can have both, but Kane's injured now, so you need at least one of those 2 in your team. And so the simple swap of Kane, Felipe Anderson, and Trent to Robertson, Salah, and Jimenez. That's my initial plan. That's what I'm looking at. I wanted Trent for this Crystal Palace at home game. I know I have Robertson, so that's fine. I wanted Felipe Anderson in his last game for me, was going to be Bournemouth away, because they're leaky at the back at the moment, very. And I wanted Kane for the Fulham game, but I can't have Kane. And there's no point me doing Trent to Robertson and Kane to Jimenez and just sitting with the money in the bank and waiting and doing Felipe Anderson to Salah the week after. That just seems pointless. My 2 City mids seem to be performing a little bit better at the moment, but those are my plans. It will be Kane to Jimenez or Llorente, depending on whether I pluck up the courage to go Llorente or just go Jimenez as the safe option. I'll be interested to see what you think. Would Llorente be a good punt? Am I being completely stupid there, or does it have some grounds that it could work on? Who are you guys? So I imagine a lot of you have at least one of Trent and Kane. Who are your replacements for the both of them? Trent, who are you replacing him with? And Kane, who are you replacing him with? If it's a couple of transfers, let me know them all. I'm really interested to see how people are reacting to this. I think there'll be a lot of hits taken this week, definitely. Crystal Palace keepers are also injured, so they're playing Speroni in goal. Absolutely, if you happen to be one of those people that has Speroni on your bench, I mean, you wouldn't play him this week because they've got Liverpool away, but for the next 3 weeks or so, they're not going to have a keeper apart from him. If he gets injured, God knows what they'll do. An academy keeper will have to come in. He's not even in the game. Rashford for Kane, yeah. Dele Alli in 3-5-2. Yep, that is again another good option. Trent to Shaw for me, as you already have Robertson. Good. With the amount of injuries, I wouldn't be doubling up on Liverpool defence. I'd have one, but I'm not sure doubling up. I don't trust Spurs anymore. I don't trust their attack at the moment without Kane and Son. But Llorente at 5.4 just seems like a really good option, but then so is Jimenez. Dele Alli in a 3-5-2. I think a lot of people might be dropping their third striker. I was planning on bringing in a third striker this week, but I was planning on doing Felipe Anderson to someone cheap and Kamara to Jimenez, but we'll see. Wilson could be good option soon. He could. He could. I don't know what their fixtures are like. Let's have a look. So they've got Southampton at home this week. Where are they? Bournemouth. Not very soon, because they've got Chelsea next week, then Liverpool 2 weeks after, then Arsenal 2 weeks after that, followed by City. After that, they get their good run of fixtures, but that's not until when Kane starts returning, March. Yeah, but if he goes to Chelsea, I don't think that's going to happen. I think Chelsea are going, from what I've read and what I've been hearing on all the Chelsea pages, because I'm a Chelsea fan, is that he's going to be going to Wilson will be staying. They're charging too much for him, and we'll be getting Higuain. The way things are going, but nothing's confirmed yet, so we'll have to wait and see. Right. So next, captaincy picks. I mean, there are so many this week. Right. So Richarlison. Let's just look at the players. Richarlison is an all right pick, but he could have scored at the weekend, and then people would have a very different tone about him. He's still a good pick, and I'm still keeping him. The City midfielders, I imagine Sterling and Sane, at least one of them's going to play. I imagine both will, because it's a full week off for the pair of them. Huddersfield away with a new manager. Salah, Palace at home. And then the United people with Brighton at home. Pogba and Rashford. I mean, there are so many captaincy picks this week. I think a lot of people will be going Salah, and I can see why, but I might not. I don't know. Yeah, Nick, I think everyone will be captaining Salah because it's the safe pick, but I think I can see a lot of points being scored this week coming. I know. Maybe pick someone else. Maybe we should all try and pick someone else. Have Salah in your team, but go Sterling, go Pogba, go Rashford. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, there are so many attackers. If you don't have an attacker from United, Liverpool, or City in your team, then I feel for your team because you must be struggling. Chelsea, Hazard at home to Arsenal. He does lower goal against Arsenal, but I personally I'd keep him, Hazard at the moment, but yeah, I wouldn't captain him. There are too many better options this week. I'm going Eriksen. Can't trust Fulham defence. You can't. That's quite a ballsy punt. Good luck with it. I hope that pays off for you. You should start considering if your transfers will have Llorente, Sane, Sterling, Richarlison, and Dean blanking. Well, this is the thing. Sane was originally meant to be being sold. So, yeah, I know I need to start thinking about game week 37. It's still 5 game weeks away. But yeah, not quite yet, I don't think. I would think about that, but I probably won't go Llorente, and I'll go Jimenez because he doesn't blank. That's a good point. I can't really be bringing in Llorente if he's going to blank. That's actually a good point. Thank you for bringing that up. But yeah, start thinking about the blank game weeks. But because Everton's fixture that game week is Everton City, will be their blank game week. And then they have Cardiff the following week away, but then they play Liverpool again. So their double game week could be City and Liverpool. I mean, I don't. And then they play Chelsea 2 weeks later, Arsenal 2 weeks later, United 2 weeks later, and then Spurs on the last day of the season. So I think when it gets to that, Ding will be sold, and I'll sell him permanently. Richarlison is an interesting one. Mars will play against Huddersfield. Sterling played 90 minutes, so not a good captaincy option. He did play 90 minutes, but in their cup game before, Mahrez played 90 minutes and Sterling played none. So over the past week, Mahrez has played more football than Sterling has. Because the game before that, Sterling played half the match and Mahrez played the whole thing again. So I imagine Mahrez might start, but I wouldn't put it past him for him to start Sterling again. So I don't know. I feel like benching Sterling often is quite a strange decision when he's one of their best attackers at the moment. So that would be like, I mean, Chelsea do bench their attackers, seems to be, but yeah, we'll see what happens with the City mids. I'm keeping both of them for now. So guys, let's get on to the live squad ratings. We'll get to them in a minute. Hashtag tips gym for Jimenez. Tips gym, your money in the bank and any free transfers and any notes. Tweet it out, guys. There you go. Tweet that out and we'll get to it in a bit. So let's get to number 4 of which premium players I think are worth owning at the moment, because there's a lot of talk, and the reason I want to talk about this is with Hazard. People are questioning whether Hazard is worth keeping at the moment, and I think he is, and I think it's worth waiting to see who Chelsea get in as a striker, because that could positively, I don't think it can realistically at all negatively affect him. Having someone better up front can only benefit Hazard more. Hello, Phenom. What was the consensus on Llorente? You want to bring him in? I know, Phenom. The reason we are thinking against doing Llorente is because he blanks in game week 27. But would that be when us? And I know it's a while away, but you don't want to have to be using more and more transfers. So 23, 24, 25, 26. He could blank that last Burnley game. So, but then if it gets moved forward to 23, 24, 25, you could have Llorente for Newcastle and Burnley if they go through in the cup. So that's a bit of a gamble, you see, bringing him in, because you might bring him in and they get a double game week in 25, which is possible but very unlikely. But then if you don't, then you have him for a single game week. Then if you're not concerned about the blank and you want, it's a risky pick. There are better options with less risk. But if you already have Jimenez and Rashford, I don't see a better option at the moment, to be honest. So I'd take the risk if you have those two already. If not, I'd get Rashford or Jimenez in. I think that's probably the best way to do it. It is a risky pick, and I think I probably won't do it. But we'll see. But yeah, so Hazard, I would keep and wait and see what happens with the Chelsea Chelsea striker. Southampton players. Sorry, when I look down here, I'm just looking. I've got the app up, so I can just get up a list of all the Southampton players, so I can just make sure. In goal, I mean, McCarthy looks like he's playing again. I don't really know what will happen with them. In goals, that's a bit of a strange one. In defence, Bednarik or Cedric are your two best options, but I'm looking to bring in Bednarik just because of his price. In midfield, Redmond, I suppose, and Armstrong are your two options again, probably. Armstrong hasn't done that much recently. Up front, Shane Long seems to be the only one fit at the moment, but I really wouldn't look to be bringing in Southampton players to start in your team. There are much better options at their prices. You have them to sit on your bench because they're cheap options, fine, but I wouldn't be bringing them in. Højbjerg, I mean, he's still suspended, isn't he? Is he not suspended anymore? No, he's not. I mean, he's a good option, but don't start him. There's no reason you should have to start Højbjerg. There are much, much better options. So, yeah, guys, let me just copy that into the chat again. I'm doing those squad ratings. None of you have tweeted it out. I do have rationale, so I might gamble into it. I mean, surely he starts now. I think so. I think he must start. So, yeah, I think he must. But none of you guys seem to want your teams rated, which is fine. I mean, it's quite nice to discuss them for people watching back, but that's fine. One person did tweet me one. I mean, they didn't tweet it to me for the hashtag, and it was earlier. So if no one tweets one, I'll go and just do that one quickly, just so people can get an understanding. Keep your questions. Here we go. We've got our first one coming in, so we'll just wait a minute. But yeah, what do you guys need answering? I mean, I think I'm in a good place at the moment. I've gone 77k now, and so I was at 300 about 5 weeks ago, and I'm now into the top 100, which is great. My mini league's doing better. I think, I mean, it's got to go bad at some point, doesn't it? But I'm quite happy with the way things are looking. My midfield will look really nice from next week. I can absorb a price change on both Trent and Kane, so I might just wait until tomorrow to do it, or the next time one of them's going to drop. But I don't know. Blank game weeks and everything's coming up. If you've got your chips left, great. If you have most of them left, also great. Because if you've used your free hit or your wild card, then things start to become a little bit tricky. If you have used one of your triple captain or your bench boost, do not worry at all, because we can't play them all because of the game weeks. Blank and double game weeks are so close together in 31, 32, 33, and then nothing in 34 and 35. No, 35 has a double game week. It means you can't, there's no room to play your wild card and to prepare for the double game weeks and to prepare for the blank game weeks. You can't do them all. There's not like there's a it's not like you can wildcard just before the first double game week, bench boost in the first one, free hit the blank game week, and then triple captain in the second double game week. There's not enough room to do that. So if you've used one of them, don't worry at all. I've used none of mine, and a lot of people have, and actually it makes things much easier. But yeah, make sure you tweet out a picture of your team with those hashtag, and I will start rating them. Well, I might start doing it now, and then maybe some more of you will tweet one out. So display, let's just do this. Right, that should do it. That should be fine. You should be able to see that now. Let me just check this all quickly. Yeah, that's working. So here we go. Clermont. So guys, if you tweet out your team like this with that hashtag TipsGym, you'll how much money you've got in the bank and transfers, then I will rate your squad and give you some advice. You've made your transfers of Dean for Alonso. Worried about Trent. I was going to say Trent Robertson, but you can't do that now because you've already got him. So looking at your team, I would worry about that price drop. Pereira has really tough fixtures coming up. Pereira has really tough fixtures coming up, so you need someone to replace him. Bennett is doable in that situation, so I'd maybe look at Luke Shaw. I do think United will be keeping clean sheets. Luke Shaw in that replace of that Trent could work really nicely for you. Then you would have triple United. If not, Holobas or someone you could play the odd week, rotating him with Bennett is another option. Sorry, just add Whitfield in the comments. Aguero versus Alba for Cain replacement. I would go Alba because of Jesus' form. He's scored an unbelievable amount of goals in his recent games, and he might be getting more and more minutes. We had this about 2 seasons ago when he first signed. He suddenly took loads of minutes off Aguero, and we thought Aguero would never play again. I don't think it will be quite as serious as that as us wanting Jesus in our teams, but I would be going Alba. I know he's got the tougher fixtures, and I think Aguero will look to start, but Alba seems more nailed on. But if you want to take that risk, then If you want to take that risk, Aguero is a good option. I just worry that Aguero might have a problem with his minutes. Get rid of Martial or Anderson. You have Rashford. I think they both probably need to go. They're both looking poor at the moment. So, who would I get rid of first? I'd get rid of Martial first because, they both have good fixtures this week. But I'd get rid of Martial first out of the pair of those. So yeah, Clement. I would look at. Let's just refresh that. I'd look at Shaw potentially, if not Holobas, as an option in that spot. Thanks, Ash. Thinking Lovren to Lindelof, and then a -4 next game week for Kane and Trent replacements. I would go Shaw over Lindelof. I really would go Shaw over Lindelof. You don't need then -4 game for next week for Kane, and you don't have Trent in that photo. It's not entirely sure. I'd still, with the money you've got in the bank, you can't get Robertson as anything. Maybe look at Virgil van Dijk, or use some of the Kane money to get in. Then use some of the Kane money to get Robertson in. If not, I'd be looking at Shaw over Lindelof. Definitely Shaw over Lindelof. I just think, I don't know why, I have a feeling I always go for fullbacks over centre backs. So yeah, but your team looks nice. You do like a City player, so maybe for you a Kane to Aguero is a good option. But yeah, team looks nice. Well done, guys. How are all your game weeks going? Sorry, I haven't asked. How have all your game weeks gone? Let me put that there and transition. There we go. We'll go back to this and we'll see if anyone. What time is it? Alright, I've got time. Yeah, guys. So if you don't have that much more to ask, then I'll keep answering any questions that you might have for now. But it doesn't look like that there are that many of you left. Here. 56 Captain Richie. Someone's just messaged me on Twitter saying they've already brought in Lorente. They brought him in this morning. Wow. FPL Reaper, if you're here, well done to you. I hope that pays off. Clement, score of 71, your best game week so far. Congratulations, well done. That is a great score. Ben, 67 and up 9k, a great score by you, Ben, again. John, 72 and a rank of 60,000. That is great, doing better than I am. Really good. Jules, 56, you captain Richarlison. That is unfortunate. He had hit the post and had a goal cleared off the line. 56 is still way above average. Still a good score. Well done, guys. Looks like you've all done well. So yeah, let's just get all your final questions, guys. Gosh, my laptop goes so slow when I stream. But yeah, I will keep you posted on Twitter and Instagram as well of any transfers that I am making. It looks like it will be Kane to Jimenez, Anderson to Salah, and then Robertson in for Trent. It looks like what I'll do. 71 points and at 26k. Wow, you're doing really well. Congratulations, guys. If I've been any help, then I'm glad, but probably not. But yeah. If that's all you've got to ask, if that's all you've got to ask, then I will say farewell, and I will see you all next Tuesday, I guess, same time next week. I look forward to seeing you the week after. I might have to change the time slightly, but I'll keep you posted on that. Thank you all. Make sure you're subscribed. Please like the video, share around. Trying to get a few more subscribers, struggling a little bit with views and subscribers and likes and things. So always leave a comment of any questions. Message me on Twitter, Instagram, anywhere you want, and I'll get back to you. But yeah, please make sure you like and you subscribe to my channel. Turn notifications on to know when I'm live. I mean, I'm pretty good at communicating that with you, I hope. But yeah, thanks guys, and I will see you next week, and good luck in the game week.